Hello and welcome to Mr. Castillo's art class. Today we're going to be doing the color wheel. So here are the supplies you're going to be needing. First of all, you need your color wheel template, your primary colors are red, yellow, blue, white and black only, a couple of brushes, a bucket of water, some paper towels, some scrap paper, and we're going to be doing this by mixing our three primary colors to do the rest. Here is the color we'll be doing. The one we'll be doing is actually a bit different than this one because I updated it, but nevertheless it's basically the same thing. And this is our color we'll be doing today. Okay, like I said, we need a couple of brushes, a thick and a thin brush, your primary colors, red, yellow and blue, along with a little bit of white and a little bit of black, not a whole lot. I have my bucket of water ready to go, and scrap paper. These old books are great for scrap paper. This is where we're going to pour our paint. So here we go. So first of all, we need to pour a little bit of our primaries. Okay, the colors are not going to be the same on camera, but we're going to try our best. You can find these books, scrap books, in the back of the class by the cabinets, and you're going to pour yourself just a little bit of each color. Oops, looks like this is stuck. Give me a second. Okay, it looks like it was an obstruction, but there we go. Our primaries, white and black. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, let's set this over here, is we're gonna start with our primary colors, which is yellow, blue and red, and so the same thing down here, yellow, red and blue. So we're gonna fill out those squares, and just as simple as that, self-explanatory. There is a red. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush, clean it out, do my yellow, and there's really no wrong order to do this. I could have started with yellow and move on to the others. Now, these are our primary colors, because from these three primaries, the rest of the color wheel will be created. Okay, and finally blue. Okay, I like to work neat, and I like to stay within the line, but at the same time I'm trying to go as fast as you can, so this video won't be too long. And there we go. Alrighty then. So we got our primaries. Oh, I forgot to do the ones down here. So let me do once and for all, the ones down here. Those are our primary colors. And it also makes a triadic color scheme. Triadic colors are colors that are equal distance to each other on the color wheel. See, every fourth color is a primary color in a triadic color scheme. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4 primary, 1, 2, 3, 4 primary, 1, 2, 3, 4 primary. It also works with the secondary orange, green, and violet, which we will do next. So let's start off with the green. Okay, so to make green, you're going to take these two colors to make that. However, blue is a lot stronger than yellow, so you may require a lot less blue and a lot more yellow to create that green. So I'm going to take some of my green on the side, set it aside, that much, and I'm going to take about 10% of blue. See how much blue I take? Not a whole lot. And I'm going to mix it up until I have a nice green that I like. I think this one's a little bit too weak, so I'm going to take a little bit more and a little bit more at a time until I get a green that I like. And there we go. That is the green I like. And I'm going to apply it here. Simple as that. Okay, now having enough green, I'm going to do my secondary colors over here before I wash my brush. And there we go. Alright, so I have green and I can choose to do yellow green or blue green. And I have enough green on my brush already, so I'm not even going to dip it there. So I'm just going to take some of that excess green, put some yellow on it, and make it a yellow green. There we go, see that? And then I'm going to apply it here. And now we have yellow green. Okay. Now I'm going to take this green, I'm going to put some more blue, and I'm going to make it darker. It's going to create blue green now, and it's a bit dark. It's hard to see. It looks very dark on the screen, but trust me, it's blue green. Now what I suggest is you look up at a color wheel on your phone or the many color wheels around the room and compare these colors to the ones already made. There's a lot of color wheels around the room. Alright, so now we have this side of, and we no longer need this. So I want to wash my brush and move on to the blue and the red to make violet. Alright, so just as the name states, red and blue. I'm going to take these two, and these are about the equal strength, so I'm going to mix it up, and there, right off the bat, I got violet or purple. And it makes up my violet block right here, and there you go, nice violet. And then before I brush my brush, I'm going to fill out this square down here. And there we go, I got violet. Now same thing as before with the yellow green. I can make blue violet, what mixing blue and violet, or I can make red violet by mixing red and violet. So I have enough purple, enough violet on my brush. I'm just gonna dip it in some more blue, mix it up right there, and now I have myself blue violet. Some people say that blue violet is actually purple. To each his own. And there we go. We got blue violet. Okay. I'm going to take that excess off, and I'm going to take some of this purple and some of this red. I'm going to mix it up together to make red violet. And this red violet actually looks like a maroon. And I know it's really hard to see on the screen, but think of a maroon shirt or a maroon color, and that's what red violet looks like. A little bit too much there. Not enough. Let me wash off the excess because it's still looking violet. There we go. Scrape some of that off, and there we go. We got red violet. Now your colors might dry off because the newsprint is actually absorbing all the water, so I may not have enough. I think we do right there. We have red violet. Okay, now you're gonna do it much neater than me because I'm doing it really fast so I can move on quickly, but there we go. So we got this bottom part. Now we're missing this part right here, and we're gonna make orange by mixing yellow and red. Okay, so you get that hint, right? Take these two to make this. Takes these two to make this. It takes these two to make that. Alright, so we're gonna get some red and some yellow to make orange. Now, fun fact, the fruit is named after the color, not the other way around. Okay, take some yellow, take some red, mix it up, put a bit more yellow, and there we go, we got orange. Okay, now I have orange in my brush. I can do red orange or yellow orange, and I think I'm gonna do yellow orange first. I'll run out of yellow, so I'm gonna put a little bit more yellow right there. Yellow tends to run out quickly. It's because it's a weak color, so you need more of it. There we go. Yellow orange. Now these colors are not exact and not perfect. They're approximate because actually yellow orange could be a little bit lighter than that. And there we go, yellow orange. Now I'm gonna do my red orange. Take some of my red, make sure I don't contaminate it with some of the blue I had there. Put it on my orange, mix it up nice and neat. I think I put too much. There we go, a little bit more. And actually red orange is my favorite color. It's not quite red, but it's not orange either. It's very bright, calls attention. I actually once had a car, or actually a truck, with this color red orange, and it was beautiful. And there we go, there's our color wheel. Oops, I forgot to do the orange right back here. No problem. Take some of my yellow, put it on top of that, make it a little bit more orangey, and there we go, we got orange again. And there's our orange. And there's our color wheel with its primary and secondaries. Okay, now we've got primary color schemes and secondary, which are triadics, but now we gotta learn about complementaries. Okay, oh, by the way, analogous color schemes are colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So for example, these three colors right here make an analogous color scheme. And so whenever you take any three colors and make a work of art with three colors are adjacent to each other, you get an analogous color schemes. When they're triadics, it's because they're equal distance to each other on the color wheel. Okay, now we're gonna learn about complementaries. On the back of your color wheel, we got a bit more squares to fill out, so we're not quite done yet. So we need red, green, and then we're mixing these two. We're gonna make brown. We got yellow and violet. These are opposites of each other in the color wheel. So if you look at the color wheel, red and green are opposites, see, because they're across from each other. Yellow and violet are also opposites, and blue and orange are opposites. They're complementary. But also by mixing these two colors, you get brown, but you get different types of browns by mixing these two colors. So let me get some colors. All right, so I'm gonna pour myself a little bit of the violet right there. It's a little watery, so there we go, shake it. A little bit of the orange, a little bit of the green, and it doesn't take a whole lot, it just takes very little. And then here's our red, our yellow, and our blue. Okay. So we're gonna fill out our first square red. Nice and neat as you can be. Right, remember when you were younger and you used to do coloring books and you had to stay within the lines? Well, we're gonna do the same thing here. So we got red and green. They're opposites. Oh, this green is not a very nice green, but we're gonna have to make it work. Maybe need to be shaken. These colors settle, so you have to shake them. Sometimes you gotta shake them. Students will be telling me, "Sir, this color is very watery." I have to remind them to shake them. But then again, some brands are better than others. Maybe this green is a cheap brand. Who knows? Alright, so we got our red and green. Now we're gonna mix the red and green together over here on our paper. You can actually do it there too, but I will do it off paper until I get a nice brown, a nice maroonish brown. I like to call it a maroonish brown because it does tend to look a little bit red. And then we got brown. Now often throughout the semester I'm going to have students, "Sir, how do you make brown?" And my answer will be, mix two complementary colors to get brown. And there we have brown. Alright, now moving on to the yellow and the violet. I'm going to start off with yellow. Fill out that yellow square. Nice and neat. There you go. Okay, wash that off. Make sure you wear an apron, because if you don't wear an apron, you're gonna get your clothes dirty. Violet. This also tends to look like a cheap violet. But anyway, if you don't like these cheap colors, now at least you know how to mix your own violet. How do you make violet again? Well, you make some blue and some red and you get violet. Now, we're going to take yellow and violet to make brown. So, take some yellow, take a little bit of violet, mix it up, a little bit more, a little bit more, and there we go. This brown is a bit lighter than the other brown, okay? And it all depends how much violet you put on. But I like it this way. And I'm gonna make it here. And a little bit more. It's not dark enough. In our next activity, when we make the banana, we're actually just gonna add a hint of purple. But for now, this should do. And there we go. Two different browns, but they still look a little bit different. Okay, now moving on to our blue and orange. Notice I start with the primary colors first.
Pardon the interruption. Will all CTE students attending the CTE proclamation in City Hall please report to the front of the school? All CTE students attending proclamation today in City Hall, please report to the front of the school. This is Anna Davenport, Kayla.
There we go. Alright, sorry for that interruption. So here we go, and now we've done our blue. Now moving on to our orange. Okay, we got a blue and orange. Now we're gonna mix these two together. Oops, too much blue. There we go, a little bit less blue. There we go. And this actually is my favorite brown. For some reason I like this one. I think it looks chocolatey. I don't know, it reminds me of chocolate milk. And there we go. Alright, so recapping. Red and green make this brown, yellow and violet complementaries make this brown, blue and orange complementaries make this brown. Now think of any color combinations that you've seen this before, okay? Christmas colors, restaurants use this a lot. Some teams like the Vikings and the Lakers use this, okay? Purple and yellow, and blue and orange. Think of the Flexi Compras. What else uses blue and orange? A lot of cars use this color combination. It's really nice. And as you can see, this way we got our primaries, this way we got our secondaries, and this way they make triadic color schemes, and this way they make triadic color schemes. So red, violet, and orange make a triadic color scheme. Red, yellow, blue make a triadic color scheme, and you can see these at HEB a lot. Red, yellow, and blue. The red, violet, and orange, you don't see that often, but I have seen it on some FedEx trucks, and I think that's about it. I haven't seen it much though. People should use this color combination a whole lot more. All right, so a tint and a shades. So tints is when you add light to any color, and shade is when you add dark to any color. So we need some white. And we're gonna just start with white right now. We'll move on to the black later. And basically you take any color and you start making it lighter. Okay, so any color will do. I like to pick a primary color, and I like to pick a dark primary color like blue or red. And this for this instance, I'm gonna start with blue. Like I said, you can pick any color: green, violet, orange, blue, yellow, red, even a tertiary color, but like I said, I'm just gonna start off with blue, and my first square is gonna be blue. And actually I'm gonna get a smaller brush because this brush is too big, and I'm gonna start making lighter squares of blue as I go along. Okay, so with a hint of white, I have blue in my brush, so I don't wanna put blue too much. I want to make this blue a little bit lighter. There we go. It's slightly lighter than the previous one. Trust me, I can see it here. And there we go. And I'm gonna go on lighter, and then a little bit of white, think it's enough. And this is tricky because you're gonna make the color lighter each time, and this actually takes practice, and it takes a while to get it to where you want it. And then your brushes dry, your paint dries, you're gonna be remixing it. There you go. And actually I'm gonna mix it off site now, and I think this one is good. Oops, too dark. It looks a lot like the one next door. There we go. And each time it's gonna get lighter and lighter. I think these two look a lot alike. Yeah, it looks like a bit like. And just keep adding white until it turns almost completely white. Okay, and like I said, you want to do this very neat. Like I said, I'm doing it very fast because of time purposes. Finally, the last one is should be the lightest. It should have a hint of blue. And there we go. We go from dark to lightest. Okay? And shade is when we use black. In my works of art, I don't use black. I actually use the opposites. I use a lot of browns. Okay? And actually, I'm tempted to do it from regular color to opposite color, but no, we're gonna stick to black. So for this instance, I am gonna use red. Yeah, let's do red. Or should I use yellow? No, let's use red. So shade, you take any color, but now it goes darker each time. So instead of ending with white, I'm gonna end up with black. And the same thing, start with any color. Like I said, I like to start with one of the primary colors and add a hint of black. Now black is very strong. It does take just a little bit of black, okay? If you add black to any color, you're gonna make that color really dark really fast. So it only takes a little drop at a time. Okay, and hit black. So be very careful with the black. It is very strong. And the white is very weak, so sometimes you need a whole lot of white. So when you're mixing a tint, you do not add white to the color. You add the color to the white. Does that make sense? So let's say I want to make this blue. Well, I'm not gonna take some white paint and add it to the blue. I'm actually gonna take some blue paint and tiny amounts and add it to the white paint. Because if I do the other way around, the color is just gonna eat up all the white, and it's not gonna do much. So keep that in mind. Same thing with any other color like yellow. Yellow's very weak, and this one is actually not dark enough. There, a little bit more black. A little bit more black, and I think I added too much now. It's still looking the same. Yeah, it's hard to control. I don't think I shook the black well enough. And there we go. It's getting darker and darker each time until it really gets dark. Like I said, Make it nice and pretty. I am not making it nice and pretty. I am actually making a messy because I'm working as fast as I can. And voila, there it is. So we got our tints, we got our shades, and that's pretty much it for activity 1. If you have any questions, well, come and ask me. Thank you very much. See you next time for activity number 2.